That's not a knife. Now that's a knife. Oh, merde.
STN Trading, for the discerning gentle person.
And welcome back to Team Fortress 2 LAN here in the city of Copenhagen, hosted by Copenhagen Games. We have a pleasure to bring you yet another Highlander game here with Kritzcast. My name is Jake. With me is Chano, as always, the old faithful, as we're bringing you a game, actually a very good, very balanced game between Lucrosa and Twisted. Both teams incredibly close together with their skill, and I think we're in for a really good match here.
Absolutely, very, very two closely balanced teams, I would say. Lucrosa, we've seen them earlier this morning up against, I believe it was Kazoo Kids, who they didn't have any trouble taking them on, but I think they're going to have a bit of a harder time for this next match, wouldn't you say, Jake?
It might be a bit harder because they did play against Kazoo Kids. It was a nice, good-looking match, but overall, I mean, Lucrosa took it pretty convincingly. Same with Twisted. Check out my win rate on Genji, I believe is their full name. But they won against Kazoo Kids as well quite convincingly, and now they're pitted against each other. A winner of this game, actually, will go tomorrow to the finals fighting for the first place, which is 1,600 euros. The loser will go to the third place match for 400 euros. So that's definitely something to fight for. Definitely shouldn't be discouraged going on forward, and should probably bring their best game to the table at the very least. We went through Lucrosa in the morning. Their squad, I mean, they have a very talented squad here. Kosuke was doing a shit ton of work, pardon my French, as on the flank. He was doing an amazing job getting all the kills, jumping in when he was needed, as well as Snaz, Kronk. They were doing so much done against Kazoo Kids. But on the other hand, now we have Twisted, which we haven't really seen before, but they also bring a lot to the table. They have a very strong squad with Scout being Viljack, Diox Spy, Milchman on Sniper. He's incredible. This is going to be a very interesting game to watch, definitely.
Yeah, there's some really big names, as you mentioned, Viljack and Milchman, formerly maybe one of the best snipers in Europe back in the day, I'd say. You know, I think that's fair to say. You've got Yak or Joseph on the demo man. He's been, sitting around, top high prem and sixes, and he's going to be moving into the Highlander scene, doing a very good job. Who else you've got? You've also got like Foz as well. He's a soldier that is kind of hasn't really reached like the higher stages, but he's got. I've seen him play. I've played with him before. He's got mad potential. He's got really good bombs. Knows exactly when to engage. Knows exactly where to hold. He's very, very diligent player, and I think we could be seeing some good plays out of him on Koth, Warm Tick especially. Such a strong soldier map. We saw it this morning, and I'm fully looking forward to seeing how they're going, how he's going to play. Yak as well, it can be a really strong demo map.
He's so talented as well. I mean, he's been playing on the top Highlander in Premiership on TF2 UGC as well. He's been playing sixes. He's a very talented demo man, puts out a lot of damage, and definitely is one of the pillars of his own team. Now, we're going to be playing, like you said, on Koth Warmtick, very vertical map, heavy on sniper, heavy on trying to sneak behind and get nice stabs. We've seen it before with the spy plays, with the sniper plays. Ollie before was doing an amazing job when he was playing back for here, the play for Kazoo Kids, right? He was doing an amazing job against Strong Opinions. Sensations. He was doing an amazing job against Strong Opinions, however, they did lose that match. So definitely, we'll see a little bit more of that even with this one. And after this map, depending on who wins, we'll go to a PL Upward, yet another payload map. I am so glad.
Looking forward to that.
I'm so glad. Yet another staple Highlander mode. And I'm just so excited. I mean, just waiting for both teams to kind of ready up. We have all the players in the server at the moment. They're slowly getting ready, as well as just giving you the obligatory reminder to check out our merchandise over at land.teamfortress2.com. It's at the top of the bar. There's a little merch tab that you can click, and you can see amazing stuff there, all designed by our talented art team over at Kritzcast. Very well done, and it directly supports the stream, the production, and us as well. So give it a shout. See, prices are very affordable.
Yes, and there's a huge variety of stuff there, isn't there? There's loads of different designs. There's mugs, there's T-shirts, there's hoodies, variety of designs. They're all looking really very suave, aren't they? Very, very on point stuff.
And it's of good quality as well.
And it's not too overpriced, we fully advise you to check it out. And like I say, it does support us directly. And if you want to, show your appreciation to the production crew, we've all sort of flown out here. So make sure you check it out. We are looking forward to it. But going back to the game a little bit, you're talking about the snipers a little bit. So I mean, like we've already mentioned Milchman, huge player in his day, and I'm sure he's still really on point. I haven't seen him play for a while, but Kazarog's another player that's sort of moving up the ranks really quickly, doing really well for himself. Currently playing for Vela Esports in the current Premiership division. They're doing quite well already. I believe we're only a couple of weeks in, but he's already proved himself. I actually had a little chat with him, and he was having a bit of problems with his setup. Right where his mouse mat is right where two tables divide. So he's kind of got this little hole in between his mouse mat. So when he's trying to flick, it kind of messes with it. So I hope he's got that sorted out, because he was telling me he felt like he was underperforming a little bit when he was playing the previous matches there. And I mean, yeah, that's really got to suck. You've got this whole kind of space in between your mouse mat, and every time he tries to flick, it just
stops at some point.
It's going to be a huge crutch, isn't it?
But now it's going to be a very big matchup. I mean, Milchman against Kazarog. It's definitely something to be looking at. Deox on Spy. I've been playing with him since the very early stages of my Team Fortress 2 career. Man has just blossomed to an amazing player. You have Viljak on Scout, also a Spy main, but he's also playing quite a lot of Scout. So definitely, there's just so many good here matchups for Ekel and Kasuke. Trooper, who's doing very well against Kazukids. He was finding the right spots. As you said before, I did not really expect him to do as much as he did, but he did it anyway. He was finding the right spots, distracting the enemy. That's what the Spy is supposed to do in Highlander game mode. And well, I just hope to see more of that. Those amazing stabs, double stabs, triple stabs even. And here for Twisted as well, Yak on demo, Bloodis on heavy, and you have Moro, who actually plays for MGE Chad in sixes. She's very talented, and she's been doing an amazing job there. They just lost one game, I do believe, to Ascencheladas.
Yeah.
So this will be the time to bring this one back, get themselves a nice chunky win, and secure themselves the first place.
Absolutely.
At least the top spot in the finals, right?
I think it's definitely possible for them. I think they could make this. Make it to the finals here. Again, like these two teams, it's going to be maybe the closest game we've seen so far in terms of how they perform, their synergy. I mean, yes, Twisted, it is basically a mixed team, but players like Viljak, Milchman, and the likes, they've all played together quite a lot. I think they've got experience together. They got experience.
They may ride off
the very top.
Synergy, because they also played on Deutschland, 2 years ago and 3 years ago. They've both attended both lands. I mean, Milchman is German, so it's very easy to him to get there. Diox attended both lands. Viljak attended both lands. So it's really nice to see that synergy. But the game is actually going live right now. We're watching Moose Rider, who is, I do believe, Nas. He's alt classing a little bit here. Moose Rider going in on the point, extending a little bit of damage with Joseph, who is a sixes player. But Foss jumping in with that black box, getting some nice damage, chunking of V-Clocks. And then now, actually, the Viljak going down here. In the middle, nice body shot. A little bit of damage being exchanged by both teams. Red team here decided to go into the banana. Milchman is actually having that nice sideline. Trooper is all the way behind Moro. That might be quite dangerous. They don't see him just yet. Oh, looks like Liko may be able to spot him. No, he's decloaking. He might get a stop. No, Bloodis is working on that spy checking, getting sandwich out for his medic. That's an amazing play there. And the point is still uncontested.
Still anyone's game at the moment. They're both teams losing just a few players, but it seems like Twisted team seem to be pushing onto the point most aggressively. Liko kind of leading that charge, but no one really wants to commit at the moment. Uber's actually going to come out for the blue team, which is Lacrossa, but still a massive advantage now for Moro. She is going to use in on Viljak there and doing a lot of work, taking up a lot of space with Joseph, who is Yak, and they are going to be able to take this point here. That was really nice early. Well, I mean, a bad early use from Lacrossa, and really well held on there by Moro.
Yeah, Moro is just keeping it up, but unfortunately goes down to a body shot from Kazarog. That's going to open up a little bit more room here for the blue team. Lacrossa will be able to repush this one. Trooper is all the way behind. He's trying to get spy checked by Liko, going all the way behind, wrapping around the banana. Liko lost a side of him, and now Joseph Yak is just kind of flaying around, looking for some damage. Tomato has that advantage, still up. Only 5 people up for the red team here. Twisted looking a little bit grim, and they will lose this point as V-Clocks and Nas are just securing this point. Kaza has amazing sidelines right now opened up, but they're backing off to their own banana.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, they played off that Morrow pick really, really well, actually. Instantly just capitalizing on that, getting onto the point, getting the damage needed. Ekelund just went absolutely huge there. Oh, brilliant backstab there by Tupa. It's going to be able to take down Bloodis. That's 300 less HP for the enemy combo there, but in return, Kazuki and Rambosaur both going down, maybe playing a little bit too aggressive there. And now Twisted just trying to put a little bit of space, a little bit of presence onto the point there. And Tupa mentioned to get that stab onto Foz now, also on a 4K. Deox going down as well. They're doing a good job at defending at the moment. The Uber's actually going to come out. High bomb by Xenos. What can he make of it, though? He manages to get a little bit, putting out some damage. Actually, Morrow goes down to the WM1 by V-Clocks there. Brilliant play. And yeah, I mean, really, really well done by Lacrosse, but they lost a lot of players in that process. They lost their entire combo, and it looks like Twisted can just capitalize on this.
It was just a little bit messy in there. They're trying to get as much damage, as many picks as they could, but in the end, it didn't quite work out for them. They lost a lot of players in the process, and then just have to back off, as the point now belongs to the Twisted team. Whole team currently gathering up in their own banana once again. That seems to be the theme of this map, just gathering in banana. It protects pretty well from bombers, as well as gives you nice cover from the sideline from a sniper. But now Deox goes in on Moose Rider. Yak going down there. Actually, no, Nas going down there. It's no demo man for the blue team. I'm getting a little bit confused here, but Lucrosa is currently trying to repush the point. Tomato only 90% actually. 85 on Morrow. That's Kritsky gonna come out very soon. 3 people down is the blue team who trying to attack this point as well. Tomato popping Uber very early. They know about this. Moose Rider going in. Ekelund trying to find some damage as well. And finding V-Clocks only. But it might be just that. I mean, Morrow's still alive. She popped that Kritzkrieg. Didn't manage to get anything with it, but she survives and lives to see another day. The point still belongs to Twisted.
Yeah, they held on to that really well. I mean, the Kritzkrieg wasn't the most successful. I think Yak only managed actually to get about 1 frag. He got the frag onto V-Clocks there, and then they used the Uber. But they held on to it quite well there. Milshman turning up, takes down Kazuki and Kazarok. Brilliant headshot by him, and the aggression's coming in from Lacrosse though now. And someone's got to defend that. Bloodis is so weak, has to back out. And it's going to be Kronk kind of taking that charge a little bit. He's had to back up a little bit, but they've so nearly got the point, but they can't quite take it. And Twisted now just playing nice and aggressively. That's what I like to see there. You can I mean, look at Yak. He's just on the point. They're denying any aggression whatsoever. They are playing this so well at the moment. But that's V-Clocks on the back lines. What is that man doing? He's going in behind. He gets caught out by Bloodis. Bloodis knew exactly what he was up to, and he didn't like it either. Took him out back into the respawn queue there. Kazuki with the high bomb. Oh, it's not going to be enough, though. He gets caught out by Bloodis as well. He's doing so good on that defense there as Chopper and Moose Rider both go down. Yak now on a 7-kill spree. They're just doing so well at the moment. Yeah, they are, and they're holding the point. They're holding in the banana as well. They have Deox in the bottom, just trying to find out some enemies, the information, anything he can get. Caustic actually trying to jump into the banana, but he goes down. Kronk is also on fire and going to die. No time to eat that sandwich up top there. As look at this, Tomato actually going down there. Kritzkrieg coming out from Morrow soon. 100% on her. Might be going in very, very, very soon with this one. They don't have anything to lose, but there's 3 seconds left. They pop it just because they can. Kaza, Ekalun all going down. There's still overtimer on this point here, but I think Twisted's got this. There's still a bit of fight going. Nope, first point of this set goes to the way of Twisted. Really well played there. I found the Twisted combo was just impenetrable. The damage coming out from Yak and the follow-up from Bloodis was just really, really great to see there. And Lacrosse, despite their synergy, just couldn't break past it. Milshman as well, doing a ton of work for his team. And Deox as well, so the pit classes really pulling their weight as well. We're going to go in now to the second round there. And it's going to be Moose Rider. He gets a little bit of a quicker rollout, but he can't really maintain it. He has to back up a little bit there, and Bloodis is just laying down some good damage onto the point, and it looks like that they might have to back up here as Kronk gets taken down. Brilliant headshot there by Milshman. Now they're walking straight across the point, not wasting any time. Bloodis taking the lead. Joseph following up. They're going to be trying to deal with that. They managed to deal with Xenos as well, so really well played there. They're just completely isolating Xenos, and Kazuki comes in with a nice little bomb. 1 rocket on Tomorrow, not quite enough, and he goes down as well.
Yeah, Morrow staying alive with the help of Blood is just crit streak being utilized, trying to find some players here. Yak throwing out Moose Rider is actually going to fall. Kosuke jumping in and gets a rocket into Morrow. Morrow is down for the count, but the point still belongs to the red team as Lucrosa is slowly trying to get their players up and running. Chopper is right now moving on to the point, looking for some frags, but Tomato needs to reunite with them. They had that 100% Uber charge here. No medic for the other team, just respawn, but Diox is all the way behind. He might be looking for something. No one has spotted him yet. He's just playing that mind game. Tomato is in a lot of trouble, but he finds him out. Diox whiffs the stab, but the demo goes down anyway to a nice headshot from Der Milchman. Kaza tries to counter snipe him. It goes down as well. That's a triple for Milchman, and he's just unstoppable at this point, dismantling this. Tomato has utilized his Uber on the point, but not managing to get as much as he wanted with this. Kronk is on top of the crate, all by himself, not getting healed. Rampazar is also trying to damage some people in. Viljak actually getting smashed by the rocket from Kosuke. Ekalot going all the way to the point. Lucrosa finally managing to find a point in this map here in this round.
I think they might be back on form now, finally. Maybe it took them the first round to really get into the zone for them, but they seem a lot more confident so far, doing very well. That was a brilliant little push there. Really, really good opportunity made by Kazuki. He is absolutely demolishing the flank today. He is not done either. He's going in so deep. He's behind enemy lines there, taking the fight with Bonobo. Getting some good rockets, but he wants something else there. But meanwhile, on the actual point, it's going to be Kronk. He gets taken down. That was a really nice Girardi play. And then the follow-up from Viljak. Really well played there by Milchman and Viljak there. And now they're just walking across the point. No one is there to stop them either. It's just Moose Rider and Tomato. The Uber comes out. They want to try and deny this. Ekelen's following up. They're doing all right, but Liko is doing his best to defend them, and no one can deal with him. Liko, what an absolute slayer. And then the follow-up from Foz. Was it Foz? Yes, it was Foz, doing so much work there. Oh my lord, Liko survived for just so long there, got so much damage in, and then Foz just with the follow-up. What a brilliant sight.
And now this is a very dangerous situation for the blue team. Lucrosa is on the back foot. They don't have the point. And there's a crit streak being utilized right now, going in very aggressively with Yak, putting up some sticks. Foz going in as well for the medic. Gets him. As Kaza getting down as well. That's 3 people down for the blue team. Without the medic, they will not be able to repush this. Morrow is still up and running with that crit streak. Gonna get built really, really fast. Kronk is going all the way beyond. Just need a sandwich here, no issue. Moose Rider is putting out some damage. They will try to fight for this point, even without their medic. Dry pushing in, trying to look fine for a medic. But they're so far back right now. Morrow is all the way behind on half health, but she's still fine here. Bonobo and Blood is making sure that she survives anything that the blue team throws at him. But the point's currently being capped 3 times on it. As a Pyro, Liko going into it, getting demolished by the other Pyro. V-Clux working on that one. Pyro v Pyro fights always exciting to see, as Moose Rider is low on health, trying to exchange those balls, is just constantly occupying those crates. It's so annoying. Gets a nice rocket into Kosuke and actually is surviving this one. Again, 3 people down for the blue team. They're trying to get into it, but the timer clocks for the red team.
Absolutely. That amazing crits, though. Yak taking down Tomato, follow up by Viljak, takes down Xenos. Those are the 2 core players that you do not want to lose when you're trying to push. And they are down. They are back to respawn queue. Only respawning now. And Blood is now on a 4K. Takes down Chupa, takes down Ekeland as well. He is just holding that banana so well indeed there. No one can break through him at the moment. And then Yak now, he's taking a bit more aggressive stance. He's hungry for more. He sees Kronk under, takes him down. V-Clock's down as well. He is just absolutely carrying the situation right now. Liko doing his best on the point there, putting out mad damage as well. Foz as well. He's just, there's just so many players doing so much work, and Lacrosse just can't get any time on point at all. They're losing all the right players. Kazarak, however, gets the snipe onto Bloodis there, and he gets onto Liko, but he goes down himself to Bonobo's Wrangler there. They're finally going to start getting a bit of time onto point, but will it be enough? They have had to back out, but they've got to hold it for another 2 minutes, Jake. How possible is this?
They got a lot of respawns right now, as they didn't have the point before. The respawns came in just before they capped it. Nice there, Sticky onto V-Clock's actually getting a triple there. Kaza and Kronk all going down. And now there's a crit streak coming out, going in for the 4th. Bonobo finishing off Ekelund. Finally, Milchman is no longer on the map. There's only 2 people up for the blue team. And as soon as red team caps it, I mean, Twisted will just get a 2nd point in the set. They're going in. The blue team sacking in. Lucrosse unfortunately falling down to this one. And the 2nd point goes to the way of Twisted.
What an insane crits there by Yak and Morrow, getting a first 3K with like 1 sticky, and then followed up, got the 4th kill, and that was just made it GG at that point. They're going to take this 2-0. Not as close as we maybe thought to begin with, Jake.
Yeah, it looks a bit grim for Lucrosa. They're struggling to find an opening in the enemy's defense, but here, going into the third map, Kosuke going flanking Foz, but Foz is on top of it. That black box healing him up. Bloodis is actually peeking very heavily, taking a lot of damage for this. Yak is also trying to exchange the spam. Nice Gerati onto the combo. Joseph, Bonobo, Bloodis all going down. There's only 2 people up. Viljak and Deox only saving this situation, but Viljak is going to go all the way back as well as Deox. They can't do anything against this, and Lucrosa will be able to take this mid-fight.
That's the mid-fight that they need to try and claw this back now. They've got a long way ahead, but they can do it. If they can hold confidently, if they can hold aggressively, it's what we've seen in these KOTH maps. Aggression pays off, and they're in a good position at the moment. They've got a good advantage. They're going to have to try and deal with that crit streak, though. Kazarok getting that pick onto Milchman. That's the start. And yeah, now the regroup's coming in for Twisted. They've been pissed on big time, though, and they have had to back up a little bit. Brilliant damage coming in from Kasuki. He's doing a lot of work there. Viljak as well, going down to a nice pipe there by Moose Rider 5. And now they are doing a pretty good job, but they need to play a little bit more aggressive here. Tomato, though, gets sniped by Demilchman.
Oh,
no more heals, and now you can see Twisted. They are eager to get back in. They want to capitalize on this. V-Clock just runs straight into a heavy weapons guy. Minigun at point blank. That is never going to end well. Kazarok, he's so weak. 6 HP, but he does manage to get the snipe onto Yak. A brilliant clutch there by him. What a god. He goes down to Foz, though, and now they're going to get this point. Brilliant repush there.
Yeah, here, Twisted. Complete control of this situation, getting the right picks at the right time, and now they are in control of this point, going to Banana once again, being well protected by Bonobo. He's also building a dispenser for that ammunition, very important. Milchman is actually quite far forward. Bloodis, Moro is rejoining them in the Banana as well, getting that more coverage. Ekelund just spamming up from so far away. There's a few exchanges there. Viljak actually going down, and Moro getting stabbed by Trooper. That might be an opening they were looking for. Going in Lucrosa. Tomato is up and running. He's currently on 60, 70%. They lost 3 in that last team fight. Still trying to go for the point. They should at least. I mean, Moro is still down for the count. She's still not respawned. They need to use this advantage a Trooper actually gave them.
They've got a good opportunity now as Deox getting sniped down along with Liko. They got to push this in, though. They're wasting a lot of time. They just need to plow onto that point. Finally, they're doing it. Ekelund on the backlines takes down Yak. That's a brilliant pick there. Rambo Saws Mini taking down Foz. They are lacking in damage to try and contest this. They're going to have to back up there. However, Viljak from the little drop-down spot just jumped up, double meat shot. Tomato before going down to Kronk there. So that is it. Tomato down. They may be able to repush this. Moro is going to be up in about 7 seconds. I don't know how she died. I think she got rocketed by Kasuki there. Brilliant play.
That was Kosuke just like using this weird kind of situation this team created to get in the medic, and well, that kind of equalizes the situation. The point still belongs to Lucrosa. They have a slightly better time now than Twisted. Twisted is angry looking for blood right now. They don't have the health they need. Yak is all by himself getting stabbed by Trooper. That's a nice pick, but he gets headshot himself by Deox. That's a spy v spy battle. Tomato is actually getting pressured. Deox jumping on top of the heavy. He gets mowed down by the Pyros, where V-Clock's making sure that that spy does not get anywhere through. Viljak still alive, still behind, getting on Kosuke. 1 meat shot, 2 meat shots, 3 meat shots he's done. As Viljak still alive, rejoining the team. Moro is currently also reconnecting with the rest as they're going through their own banana, as most of Lucrosa team is on the point.
Yeah, playing up a little bit more aggressively now. This is what we like to see. Trying to contest the enemy combo that's holding in banana at the moment. Xenos putting down some good damage, keeping them from getting aggressive there. Kazarok, brilliant headshot onto Foz there. Don't have to worry about that soldier bomb. The soldier can be lethal indeed when you've got the point, but a little bit of aggression coming in from Yak, but he is swiftly taken down by Kasuki. They've had to back up a little bit. They've got to approach this with a different angle. Finally, it seems like Lacrosse is doing the right thing there. Chupa, brilliant backstab onto Demilchman. Deox as well going down. No pick classes for Twisted. And yeah, they're holding onto this so well now. It seems to be a bit of a turnaround for them.
Yeah, Moro now 100% crit streak. Medigun onto Tomato. What a skill here. Chopper gets 2. Moro and Joseph both going down. Uber coming out from Lucrosa. They're using this advantage that Trooper has given them to just go in. Liko and, well, Bloodis are just accepted their death. They cannot do anything against this. I mean, there was an amazing play just in time as they were critting in. And now Lucrosa secured themselves possibly the middle point. There's still Deox on the battlefield who will try to block it maybe. He's waiting for Tomato to get a drop. The rest of the team team is rejoining on the point. Blue team is currently holding it. Diog's gonna get a stab on Kronk. Yes, he is. The red team is just jumping at the same time. That's a good strategy. Nas is in a little bit of trouble. Points currently being capped. Domato is all by himself with the rest of the classes just currently rejoining. Licorati is gonna get burned by V-Glux. A lot of kills being exchanged here. Lico finally gonna go down, but even though I thought that this is Lucrosa's already, Twist is just going in with their force and just taking this out of Lucrosa's hands.
Yeah, the only upside to that was, I think it was Kazarok got a brilliant headshot onto Morrow there. So they're going to have a good Uber advantage to try and push this in and reclaim it. They just got to take the point and then they take the round here. So very, very doable for them, coming in on 85% now. But some good picks. Deox taking the life of Kazarok, but they still want to push this in. They've got to use this advantage. They've got to regroup a little bit. You can see they're getting ready. And now they're going in, led by Xenos. Uber comes out.
Nice.
Good stuff so far, taking the space they need. Blood is going down. Is there going to be any more? But Kasuki and V-Glux and Domato going down to a body shot. Absolute bloodbath here for Lacrossa. Joseph is the only one who went down, along with Lico. Just kills everywhere. And that was an abysmal Uber push there. They only got one pick and they started losing players. Almost a wipe there. That was a absolute carnage.
What a repush by Twisted. What a repush. They didn't have the Uber. They only were running crit screen. They even have it charged. They just went back, waited for the entire Lucrosa team to waste that Uber and just repushed as soon as it faded. It was an amazing play. Now Domato has a disadvantage. The Chris comes out. He's done for. Only Yak and Ekaloon. No, not Yak. Nas. Still confused, but look at this. Crits coming out. That's Nas down for the count, but that's the only kill so far. That's a second V-Glocks. Yak is going pretty huge here with that crit. Tomorrow is still very adamant and running that weapon, that unlock. Chopper actually getting burnt down by Licorati. And once again, I mean, there's 25 seconds to go for Lucrosa, and they're struggling to find this point. It looked so well for them. Kaza is currently trying to get a snipe out, but Viljak is working on that as a third kill for him on the scoreboard. Domato is rejoining the team. They don't have much time. 10 seconds to go. How will they go about this?
They're just going to have to pile on to the point now. They've got good opportunities. They've got good hills. Now they got their Uber in as well, but Domato gets blasted all the way back to the enemy side. But he's managed to regroup. Kasuki went down, but they're not getting the frags they need. Finally, Lico goes down along with Bloodis, but Domato going down. Was that a crits play? No, I don't think it was. It was just a good sticky, and there's just so much carnage, so much bloodbath there. Only Ekelund up and Kazarok. He's going to have to try and take this one. I don't think he can do it. Ekelund's so weak, it's not going to be enough, and that is going to do it. 3-0. I never expected that outcome, man.
What happened? What happened to Lucrosa?
It's just, I have no idea, really. It just seemed like they couldn't counter the crits, which is something that you don't expect from a top-level team. Usually, top-level Highlander teams are just very, very strong at taking down a crits play. They know exactly how to handle it. But Yak with that crits, with the sticky placement, it was just perfect. Deox was doing a ton of work on the back lines. The Milshman was just absolutely just, you know, annihilating heads, left, right, and center. And I don't really know what else they could have done. You know, they gave it a good shot. There were some back and forth rounds, but they really just couldn't hold it down. I feel like they could have played a little bit more aggressive, maybe. They were giving the space to Twisted. I don't know why. I expected so much more from Lacrosse, a team that's got such good synergy. You think that they know how to handle a crit. You think they know how to adopt an aggressive play style. We know it works, but it wasn't. I don't know. I'm really baffled, to be honest.
I'm at a loss of words right now because, I mean, they had everything going for them. They were running that Uber gun. Domato was making the right choices. They were playing very smart around that crit streak. Actually, the crit streak was only successful a couple of times, but not that often. It got a nice few kills, but it wasn't just enough, as we're going to be looking at the logs in the moment. And actually, not that much of a surprise, but Ekelund, the scout, with 26 kills, top fragging, actually, with Joseph being Yak. 28 for the other team. That's actually quite a lot of kills for this map. We've seen a lot of carnage being exchanged, but seeing, you know, a demo player getting a lot of damage, getting a lot of kills, it's pretty standard. But a scout, 26 kills in the Highlander game is very respectable. Viljak as well, 23 for his count. I mean, he's just finishing cleaning up the damage that the rest of the team was doing. Very well done, as well as Deox. I mean, look at this, pick classes and flank classes. This is what I was talking about. Both teams have very strong flank and pick classes. The combo is maybe like a little bit weaker, but in general, you can see how much damage and how much they can do. Kaza is actually out-sniping Milshman.
I did not expect that, actually. It seemed like the Milshman was getting all the frags that it was what I was seeing on the kill feed there, but you know, actually fair play to him. 23 to 20, 18 headshots, similar amounts of headshots, very similar damage as well. But, you know, getting some very vital picks there. Kazrock doing a lot of work for his team. I really want to talk about the Lucrossa combo. I feel like, log speaking, it wasn't very strong at all, to be fair. Kronk, 11 to 14. We could see better. But Xenos, man, like, what was that? 10 to 22, 420 DPM. I don't know. But you compare that to Yak. I mean, I get Yak had the crits, probably had a lot more heals. But I just don't know. Like, you compare those damage logs. That's 100 less damage every minute that he's putting out, and a way less amount of kills. There's got to be something going wrong there with the Lucrossa combo.
It's difficult to really pinpoint right at the moment. I mean, Twisted, bit of a mixed team, but they have the synergy from previous lands. They've been playing together in the Highlander. They have Highlander and the little finger. They can do whatever they want on these maps, and now we're moving into the true PL upward Highlander map. And this is where you actually test your Highlander skills, and those stats are stats, you know. It just shows how well you played that game. But overall, it's how you go for the next game, as we're going to take a look at the medic stacks as well. 2 drops for Tomato. He was really pressured there. I don't really blame him. He's still putting out more healing than Moro. But the pressure from the flank and from the pick classes onto Tomato, I've seen him pretty much dead all the time, and that was very unfortunate for them. And he tried to put out the heals. He just couldn't. As for Moro, running that crit streak, 9 pops and 1 medigun. Wasn't as always successful, but this is what crit streak is for. It's not really just to get the kills. Kills are nice, but this pressure that you put is very dangerous. You have to play around, and you have to think of ways and hide, because if you clump together, you're just waiting for that crit sticky to hit you all and give the other demo like a quadra or quintuple kill as well. I mean, and
that's exactly what happened, really, wasn't it? I really expected a team like Lucrossa to be able to handle a crit streak better. It's quite, maybe it's a bit condescending. I see it. It seems in theory fairly easy to deal with a crit streak. You've put a huge amount of pressure onto the medic, onto the demo. You know that it's going to, if you know they've been on crits, they've been running crits, 90% of the time they were running crits, yeah?
Yes.
So you can just focus the demo, focus the medic down, really put pressure on them, and you go into them, should in theory be able to handle a crit streak. And they did a couple times. They were able to deal with Moro or take down Yak before he was able to do too much damage. But more often than not, the damage had been done by then. Yak was already getting 2, 3, 4, 5 kills. And it was happening quite a lot there. And it just kept working for them. They didn't seem to be countering it. But as you say, we're moving on to another map now, PL Upward. And this is where synergy and cohesion really comes into play more so than a Koth map. So we might be seeing this slightly favoring Lucrossa. I don't know if they picked it or if this was Twisted's pick. But I would imagine that a team like Lucrossa, who's got clearly a lot more experience than a team like Twisted, which is just a mixed team for this LAN, that they would really flourish in a team like on a map like Upwards. Just so much potential for them. So, but we will have to wait and see, I suppose.
As Twisted currently is on the defense, Lucrossa will be attacking this one. Pretty standard spot right now. There's a dispenser blocking the staircase from any spy work, so those spies can stab the sniper if one should decide to go up top on this little balcony. Moro actually respawning there, gonna get that fast Uber charge quite easily. The sentry gun actually going to get built right now. Yeah, using the other rollout, using the teleporter, gets the teleporter much quicker to level 3, which is very important for the first point. You're getting those reinforcements much quicker. 10 seconds left to go until the gates are open. Both teams are rearing to go. Look at this, Milchman is already looking for a nice sideline. Diaz is gonna relay all the information from the rock. As we're getting into this action, Kaza peeking in, getting spammed out by the rockets. Ekelin just going in, probably going to sacrifice himself to look for some damage. Where's it's Sentry? Sentry is actually quite far back. That means the jump, any bombs on the Moro may be successful. Bowmanix also running the Uber gun. V-Clock's chopper both going down to Bloodis and Viljack. Nicely done there. Kosakator looking for a bomb. He's going to get spotted out and blasted away. That's no sir for you. Tomato still staying in spawn. He's trying to wait this suicide wave off. Kronk pushing the car almost by himself, eating that sandwich. Ekelin once again trying to go for the medic, but it's just a useless sacrifice against that level 3 sentry.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, it's kind of a bit of dead time. You're just getting the car into a good position, then you commit into a suicide wave. But they are actually eager to use that Uber, and it goes straight out. Kronk gets backstabbed. Well, that's such an important pick. Kusuki and V-Clocks both going down. Brilliant double stab there by Deox, and the follow-up by Yak. The counter comes out. Tomato going down to the detonator. See you later, man. And, wow, I mean, that is such a bad push there. I'm sorry to say it, but, like, They held onto that so well. They didn't take any space whatsoever. Both teams using their Ubers, but Morrow's going to have a nice 30% advantage. She does not have to worry anytime soon. Kazarok, nice body shot onto Demilsham. That's going to give Lacrosse a bit of space. They're going to be trying to push up here. Kronk playing on that hillside, putting out some good damage, followed up by V-Clocks. They're just touching the cart, getting it to a good position, and just trying to buy their time, taking it a little bit slower than last time. But Moose Rider 5 goes down, but the drop on tomorrow.
Oh.
V-Clocks just runs straight in, doing so much work. The counter stab comes in onto Tomato, but they are going to be able to get the point. How did they do that?
He pushed it in. The sentry is still up and running. It wasn't even sapped by Trooper. He's trying to do so. He did sap the teleporter, but the point was just capped. I mean, among this chaos, they managed to distract them long enough for Lucrosa to just go in on the point, and that was very well executed. Now Blood is all by himself, just going to get delayed here. Long respawn for him, over 20 seconds. That rough as they're going up top. They're on top of the hill, leaving Rambazar on the cart right now. He cannot do much else than just push it. The rest of the blue team just pushing in heavily, not letting the enemy engineer to build up. Morrow's all by herself. She will try to get some arrows in, but now Milshman is supporting her. Trooper is gonna go for Morrow. No, Milshman actually didn't decide quick enough. Now he is in a lot of trouble. But Lucrosa is actually staying quite far back instead of using this advantage that they had, being as aggressive as they can, or as aggressive as they were in the previous games. They're just kind of hanging back for some reason.
I think they're just waiting for that Uber advantage. They've got a nice 50% or so, so they maybe just be waiting to get that one in. Brilliant backstab onto Yak. That's going to provide a perfect pushing opportunity. They're just waiting for that full Uber. There it is. Now it's going to be led onto Moose Rider. Make sure you don't drop into Beto. They might not even have to use it though. The aggression's coming in. It's a very successful one. Kusuki leading the charge there with Kronk, doing a very good job. Kronk picking out Deox as well. They got to keep this momentum going though now. Kusuki's doing a good job, but he craters Liko with the flames. See you later, dude. And yeah, they're just going to be pushing the car into a good position here. You can see Tomato and his combo wasting no time. Foz very weak. He goes down. Moose Rider, some nice little stickies there. Now they got to handle Milshman. Milshman now again that pick onto Xenos. And yeah, it looks like the force is going to come out. Viljack, however, going down. Yak as well. They might be able to make good of this. They got to try and deal with it. They get the counter Uber out as well here, but Tomato loses his life. He'd maybe just run out of Uber just too soon there. And yeah, that is going to do it. They probably can't push us any further now.
That is very good looking for Lucrosa. I mean, this is the Lucrosa that we know and love. They're very aggressive at the moment. They're pushing the card quite forward. They lost Tomato there again, but they did get a force out of Morrow. Is a very small Uber advantage, almost negligible at this point. Kaza getting some nice shots in, but getting counter-sniped by Milshman is very dangerous to peek now that he's low on health. Milshman is actually having a very nice sniper sideline, trying to look for some shots as well. He sees Kosuke. Kosuke's on low health, getting chased by Deox all the way in the back. Deox is such a menace. Viljack is still blocking the cart as well. Cart is actually quite far forward with choppers, dodging all of those scout movements. Rambazar is actually going all the way behind into Milshman. Milshman is running out of that shotgun range. Viljack's now MGEing Ekelund, but he's going to go down, and the cart is still being pushed despite no pressure being put out by the combo.
They're doing a very good job at sticking onto that cart. Very persistent play there by Ekelund, fulfilling his scout duty on a payload map. So good job to him. And they're just now getting some space, getting good damage. They actually get the Uber out. Tomato's going to counter it. Just nice, just in time actually. They're kind of flashing it a little bit, and
look at Mora. Mora's dead. She's been separated by the pyro.
No way she can survive that.
Oh, she's what? Still alive. I think they just. Oh no, she's gonna get spotted.
Go on. There.
Yeah.
Oh, she just ends it. She doesn't want to. She doesn't want the humiliation of getting taken down by an engineer there. So yeah, I mean, really playing out of position there. That's going to make things very difficult, but that is going to help big time. Yak with the 3K. Viljack comes in, takes down Kazarok as well. They've slowed down the momentum. No one's on the cart now. They do manage to get Bloodist, but that's not going to quite do it. Morrow's going to be respawning. Tomato went down to Yak. Brilliant, brilliant. I think it was a sticky trap by him. He managed to get the 3K. Ekelund, though, coming in on a 3K as well, doing a ton of work. Deox as well going down. They might be able to continue this still. Joseph getting butter knife down. Chupa chopping away there. And absolutely now they're just going to be taking the top lobby here. And they've actually made really good of a bad situation, I'd say.
Lucrosa is just steamrolling right now. I mean, they're pushing in. They're not slowing down in a single moment. Ekelund and Rambazar are on that card duty. Deox going all the way behind, but Lucrosa has taken the windows. The Tomato is fairly safe. He just has to watch out for those sticky spam. Slowly building up his Ubers. A lot of damage being exchanged. Ekelund actually going to pay with his life as well as a Rambo. Going in is Twisted. They need to solve this situation. Foz getting a nice rocket in, but only getting V-Clocks. Actually, Kronk paying with his life as well. Tomato's low in health and running away. He needs to get out of the situation, but he does not as he gets found out by Viljak. Nice cleanup duty. However, Morrow has died in that last team fight as well. Only 4 people up for the defensive team. Kosuke Ekelug working on that card is so dangerously close. Milshman is the only person who can block it, but no one can jump far enough, and Lucrosa clutching it in.
This is the Lucrosa we know and love. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, just pure momentum. They lost to Meito. They did not care. They just wanted to play it. I mean, they got the pick on tomorrow. Really nice play there by Kasuki, opening up so many opportunities for his team. And it didn't matter that Tomato went down at that point. They had so many player advantage. They were just stuck on that cart, and it was only Milshman left to actually deal with it. And he can only do so much as a sniper. Yeah. So well played to them. They really seems like they're back in action here.
They were like pushing the entire time. I mean, I felt like the momentum was never lost by Lucrosa. They were a little bit stuck on their first point, but once they got their first point, they did not let off the steam. A little bit of a stuck on the second, but just kept going. And Twisted had so much trouble setting up any sort of defense, even on last. They let the enemy team push into the windows and just be completely uncontested. I mean, Foz tried to get something done. He got a double kill, and then Tomato was cleaned up. But they lost so many players as a result of that little defense that they didn't have any jumping classes to even jump to the card to stop it from being pushed in by 2 people. As insanely well played by Lucrosa, they abused this negligence by Twisted. I mean, they were a little bit, I think, too sure of themselves after the first game. And now I think we're gonna see an upset here as we're getting ready. Gates are down, and now Twisted stake onto the first point of Lucrosa.
Nice little sticky trap there, taking down Viljak, just slowing down the car a little bit. It's all about time there, but the high bomb from Yak comes in. What a ballsy play there. He does go down along with Bloodis. Moose Rider goes down though. Kronk as well. The W1 from Liko coming in. And was that a force? I don't think that was a force, but very well played by Liko, using the double bomb there as a distraction. Just ran in and absolutely obliterated the combo of Lucrosa there. They could even warrant a dry push. They're not going to be up for another 5 seconds. And the teleporter, I believe, is down as well. So they could just walk this straight in. It looks like that's what they want to do. Morrow's left her spawn. She is ready to go. She is ready to fight. Uber's going to come out. Chopper goes down. And now they got to focus this sentry. Counter comes out, but Kronk and Kazarok both going to go down. They're going to be backing out. Rambosaur getting headshot just as he tries to back out. No sentry for the second point. Moose Rider 5 down as well. Kasuki, it's only a few players up. Just a few fragments. Are they even going to hold second? I don't think so. I think they might have to back out to third here.
You thought Lucrosa looked good. Look at Twisted. I mean, they completely dismantled the first point here. Morrow is still up and running. 40% of that Uber charge. They're already pressuring the spawn. It's so difficult to get out of here once you get locked in. And now look at his Bloodis is just mowing down everything he sees. Wood, people, he doesn't care. Goes in as well. Liko is just spy checking for any spies. Morrow is with them. And just the red team here. I mean, Lucrosa just realized that they cannot hold a second point no matter what they do. They're still holding quite far forward. Tomato is still healing up the team, but they will not be able to hold a second point. It will be forfeited at the cost of a third point defense.
Yeah, I mean,
Twisted is just crushing right now.
They're doing such a good job, but on the bright side, they have managed to set up a good third point. They've only got to hold this 4 minutes 30. And, and a nice little snipe there by Kazarok onto Milshman is going to make this even easier for them. They're getting that level 3 setup now as we speak, and it's all going quite well for them. This third point can be absolutely savage to take on the attacking team there, but the Uber's going to come out, countered by V-Clocks, and it's going in favor of Lucrosa. But V-Clocks is in so deep, I don't think he's even got anything done. I think he managed to take down Joseph, went down himself. Kronk and Moose Rider both going down as well. Tomato with the headshot. He is out of there. See you later, mate. He's gonna back into the respawn queue, and they should be able to take this without any problems.
That defense by Lucrosa look good on paper. I mean, Tomato was having some amazing flashes and saving his teammates from Deox, who was just stabbing into like those indestructible people, but ultimately was not it. I mean, the Realsman was just taking the kills here. Trooper taking out Likarati. That's a bit, I mean, Spy taking out Pyra is a bit embarrassing, but they're pushing in the point here. Twisted is already at the third, and they have 3.5 minutes to go into last. Trooper taking down Milshman, opening up that sightline for his own sniper. Might be an opportunity to use by the red team. I mean, Lucrosa looked so good on the offense. I mean, they had this win in their sails, and now to be crushed by Twisted's aggression. They just don't stop.
It's going to be very hard for them to claw this one back. 3 minutes 15 is plenty of time for them to push this. They've got the Uber advantage. They've even got the top lobby spots here, so they've got a brilliant setup now for a push. Foz putting out some damage there. from the top area. They're just touching the car, tickling a little bit. Bombing from Foz. Are they going to be able to deal with him? He gets dealt with. They have to deal with the point-blank heavy there, but they've got to deal with the car at the same time. They have the full Uber. They need to make something of it now. Rambasaur goes down. Kronk as well. No sentry either. This is a brilliant opportunity for Twisted if they choose to use this Uber here. But they're losing players. I mean, they've lost Viljack and Liko, but not as many as Lucrossa. They are losing so many players.
No!
Tomato going down as well. Milshman, you absolute god. You absolute
Uber's
legend.
dropped.
That is
Uber's
it.
dropped, and there's 2 people only up for the just respawns, but they're not pushing the car just yet. They're blocking down the spawn. Marva's all the way behind. You might be able to get a few crossbows, and no, because Uber's on the point. This is it.
GG.
How? Lucrossa looked so good, and then Twisted is like, no, you don't, and capped the point in like 4 minutes.
I can feel Kronk's heart breaking right now. I feel so bad for him as team leader. He's so determined as a team leader, but he just didn't have what it took to take victory against this mixed team here. What a shame. You'd think that Upward would have been their kind of map. They've got such good synergy in the ETF2 All seasons, but unfortunately I just don't think they could compare to the likes of Milshman, to the likes of Viljack and Yak. Just such renowned veteran Highlander players. And yeah, I mean, what can you do? What can you do?
Milshman taking down Tomato in those crucial moments, and a second I could hear him call medics down. Entire Twisted team just goes in. They don't stop. They get all the kills they can, and they just work twice, 3 times. Even on Warm Tick, every single time it was the same thing. Milshman getting killed or any of the pick classes getting a medic, the team goes in. Doesn't matter if they lose a few players on the way, as long as their own medic stays alive. Even then, they still go in. And this is it. I mean, Twisted using the aggression. This has been like a theme for Highlander so far in this LAN. Just aggression, 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 never stopping. Even if you lose a few players, I mean, you know, have to break a few eggs when you make an omelet. And it's just been working out so far for every team that was been more aggressive than the other.
It's just, yeah, I mean, it's just true words. It's just such a simple strategy, but boy, does it work. I mean, it's just, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. We've seen every single team that's been winning has been the ones who've just been mindlessly aggressive. And, I mean, Lucrossa, though, you'd think that with a bit more synergy, they could have taken it, but the sheer DM, the capabilities coming out from Yak, just insane damage. And, you know, now we will see it on paper as the logs have gone up. And, I mean, yeah, let's have a quick look. Actually, you know what? I was giving Yak a load of hype. Nah, he wasn't doing that much, actually. What's that? 395 DPM. Come on, Yak, I can see you do better. Let's talk about Moose Rider. Moose Rider 5, 447 DPM. So fair play to him, doing a lot of work. But you know what? These logs are actually fairly close, wouldn't you say?
Well, if we get them signed up, like, yeah, I mean, if you look, okay, Milshman 11 kills, 13 deaths, but he got 12 headshots. As opposed to the other sniper here,
Can't see it.
Yeah, we can't really see it right now. Production, please. But there is 4 headshots on the other sniper. Yeah, Kaza Rock, 4 headshots there. 11 kills, still respectable, far less headshots than Milshman. And obviously headshots do a lot of damage, can potentially one-shot a class. So there is this discrepancy between Chopper and Deox, also 13, 11 kills. Not that much of a difference. Moose Rider, 11 kills, as well as Joseph getting 10. Those logs are very, very similar. But considering there's, you know, very small amount of kills there, we finished this map, this potentially like very long, slogging out map very quickly because of how aggressive both teams were. Look at this, 13 kills for Licorati and 13 kills for Deox. And the Pyro getting 13 kills is like...
It's pretty good, isn't it, I think? I think
it's
that's
not unheard of, but still.
I mean, top frag in Pyro.
Moose Rider.
Liko really showing up.
With the damage. Yeah, like you mentioned, is 5,000 damage. Second is Foz. Soldier. Roamer. Foz was doing a lot of work. I mean, he was kind of like, we didn't see a lot of action, but he was getting the kills. He was in the right spots. He was using that black box unlock all the time, and he was getting the heals out of it. At the cost of 1 rocket, he was doing the nice bombing. And yeah, I mean, he was a menace on the flank. Very difficult to take down with the black box rockets. So there, it was a balanced game. It was very, very even. But in the end, once again, Twisted just edging themselves out and fighting against that very, very fast time of Lucrossa.
It's about 4 minutes 30 or
yeah,
something.
They got in like one of the quicker times for Highlander upward. Can't even go up to like 15 minutes, and these teams just managed to both squeeze them out in a smaller time frame. Very well played to Twisted once again. Twisted are going to be playing in the finals tomorrow for the first place. As for Lucrosa, they're not out of it yet. They will still be fighting for the 3rd place. So definitely some more matches to be watched. Looking at the medic logs as well, not much difference either. I mean, look at this, 13,000 for Domato, 13,000 for Morrow. Only 1 drop by Domato, that was Milchman at the very end. That was very unfortunate. They could have held the point with that Uber, but the drop was huge. Honestly, Milchman was getting the MVP for me for the last appeal upward match just because of those kills. It was getting them at the right moment, at the right time, buying his team basically a win.
Absolute clutch plays from him. I mean, yeah,
give it a raise, you know.
Absolutely demolishing it. I mean, to be fair, like both the snipers doing equal amount of kills, but I've really got a bone to pick with Kazarok. 11 kills, 4 headshots. I don't know, man.
Body shots.
That doesn't sit well with me. That doesn't sit well with me at all. I'll be having stern words with that man, let me tell you. But, you know, fair play to Milchman with some incredible clutches and taking his team to victory. But overall, close logs, but some really good momentum coming in from both teams. But Twisted just seemed to be able just to slightly tip that forward. But I do believe we are getting ready for another
one more game.
Match.
Yeah, it's going to be
Strong Opinions versus budget Tucans, maybe.
Probably.
We'll have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see how, when the fixture comes up, but it's going to be very, very shortly with us. So we'll leave you with a little short ad break as we get our drinks in and see you again very soon.
Oh, I was right. Are you still alive?
If you think this looks strange, you should see my revolver.
STN Trading, for the discerning gentle person.
That's not a knife. Now that's a knife. Oh, merde.
STN Trading, for the discerning gentle person.
Okay.
Welcome back to the game, and as we are getting in the middle of a game between Budget Tucans and Strong Opinions going into this, first map was actually taken cold plan by Strong Opinions 3-0. Now we're in the second map, Koth Product. Currently, red team Strong Opinions are winning this one with 1 point. Going under the point, Uber change. Flash is leading this one. Going in for the medic. DVS is in a lot of trouble. Going in, saving himself there with the scout leading the charge there as well. Alfie looking for some frags. Finding Steve, getting a couple of missions on him, but no real damage has been done. Piney CJ actually going down to Nightmare. That is a big pick here for the other team here. Tucans actually reclaiming this point for themselves. Not much time left on the clock, but they are still in this game.
Absolutely, yes. Only 1 minute left. Well, 1 minute 15 left on the clock there. It's definitely doable. It's supposed to be about 50 seconds currently for Strong Opinions at the moment, but they have got the point. They did lose a few players. DVS actually going down to a brilliant backstep there by Toast. So Thalash actually getting body shot by Porky, but they're pushing up on their left side. CJ with Ali and Steve. No, you do not want to mess with those guys. Cloudy managing to get the snipe onto Piney. Nightmare getting the backstab, though, onto Cloudy in return there. Just back and forth frags. They do retake the point. They're looking very comfortable. The nice 50-odd% advantage, so they're doing good so far. They're in a good position.
And once again, they're on the cliff side with Emilio Estevez. Steve is actually leading the charge there, scaring off the enemy team. Now, Tucan's a little bit of trouble, gets double kill there. Ale, Credo, Shaggy, and Alfie all going down. The medic is actually out of the situation. DVS, Porky, also another. That's a 5th kill for Ali. He's going absolutely huge there right now. Thalash finding out Piney, so that's the entire offense of Budget Tucans going down. Krima is trying to takes down Raptor, but pays up with his life. Thalash is trying to follow up on DVS, but there's Credo there. No, they don't find Toast. Toast is still up. Oh, he's going all the way behind. There's not much time left. 6 seconds to go. Going on the point. Credo, they don't have the time to just shoot them on the point. They need to get on it. 1 second. Will they do it? There is a Uber pop from the red team, and that is it right now for this point. 2-0 on the second set between Strong Opinions and Budget Tucans.
And now the pressure is really on for Budget Tucans here to claw this back. It is still doable, but if they do not win this round, they will be relegated to the 3rd place match up against La Crossa. Alls to play for. And here we are in the potentially final round here, as Shaggy putting down some good stickies there. Crimer on the rock. Piney getting body shot down. Alfie going down to a brilliant rocket there by Raptor. Now they've got the opportunity to push across the point. Steve leading the charge. Ali doing a ton of work. Backstab by Toast. Onto DVS. Shaggy going down. Toast with a brilliant little 2K there, doing absolutely everything he needs for his team. Ali follows up, takes down Procky. Crimer getting headshot as well. All the frags. Absolute carnage here, ladies and gentlemen. And they're going to take this first point.
Fairly convincingly, yes. I mean, eventually. I mean, Emilios is just edging himself in. Yeah, there you go. So Seal is actually all the way in the back, putting up those mini sentries. Steve is actually getting damage there. Nice backstab by Nightmare. He will be able to get out of this situation. Blue team is just currently pushing in. They have the people up and running. 38 and 40% for DVS, only 30 for CJ. Not much of an advantage to work with, but they still do. Piney, another pipe to the face. Ali goes down. Raptor, nice double jump going for the medic. It only finds Krema, who is still jumping away and still using those rockets to spam out the enemies. Enemies are locked down in the cliff area. DVS on the point right now, almost having the Uber charge. CJ actually going down there to a very nice headshot from Nightmare, using that Ambassador unlock. Well done by the Spy, buying his team a lot more time. This is it for them. This is their lifeline. They need to win this round and every single round from now on if they want to fight for the first place in this land.
They're looking so much more confident at the moment. Look at this aggressive play style. We saw it work against, I believe it was Sensation. Did absolute wonders. Obviously now they're up against a far more experienced team. They seem to be holding it thus far pretty good. If they can carry this on, there's no reason why they can't claw this back, as Shaggy gets a nice sticky onto Cloudy. He's down. Crimer follows up, taking down Raptor. In fact, that was a trade. So well played there, making the best of that. And they seem to be locking them down quite well there. CJ at the moment just playing with Ali, but here it is. The Lash comes in, picks off Piney. Alfie goes down. Backstab onto Credu. Nightmare down as well, but Credu, before he went down, was able to take down Steve and Emilio Estevez. But DVS, he can't hold on to his life. The Lash is in there. He stood no chance against that man. And now Shaggy going down along with Porky. There's no reason why Strong Opinions cannot take this.
Krima getting a nice air shot onto Ali, finally getting something done. But the faster respawns for the red team means that Strong Opinions will be able to reclaim this without too much of a hassle. CJ all the way back. He's been dying the entire time. He can't really stay alive for the life of him, as Krima, Alfie, and Piney on the flank are just too much for him to worry about. Nightmare as well. I mean, Product is a very, very spy-friendly map. There's a lot of nooks and crannies you can find yourself into and just stab the medic. It's very nice. He's doing just that right now, going up the cliff right now. Maybe able to stab Emilius as decloaking, going for it. Gets a stab. Shaggy actually getting headshots. That's a bit of an equalizer there by the sniper of Strong Opinions, but point currently still belongs to SO as Budget Tucans are struggling to find a way in.
Yeah, they got the pick onto Raptor there, so they might be able to do a bit of work on the flank. Nightmare going for the stab, manages to get Ali. Well played by him, making it a very good way out. I didn't think he was going to get it, but the Uber comes out now for
DVS.
CJ, and they were able to get DVS in the process there. They're going to clean up crime. A nice little reflect there by Steve. There's a reason he's been known as the best pyro in the world, and here he is at LAN. It is a sight to see. Steve also managing to take down Alfie and getting out with his life. Seal takes down Pioneer, and he gets Shaggy as well. He is unstoppable, that man. Round of applause for him. Absolute legend in the community there. But we got the level 3 sentry coming in from Curveball, taking down Ali and Seal and Toast, both going down as well to a double kill there by Crimer. And Raptor as well getting picked off. So they've got the opportunities, they've got the player advantage. They need to get their players across the point, and that's exactly what they're doing.
They need to do this exactly. Pioneer's again leading the charge. He's very, very aggressive this LAN, and he's just going in. Look at this, going after CJ. CJ's low on health, but looking for help. Yeah, Nightmare actually going for CJ and just shanks him in the face. CJ down for the count as 3 people down for the SO. Point belongs now to Budget Tucans. They have the advantage here. They have player advantage as well, going a little bit more aggressive. Credu is just finishing off Raptor. No way, sir. He's not getting through. 3K for him. Going in, Ali's all the way back looking for the medic and doesn't quite get him. He's on 1 HP DVS, 1 HP, and he's still alive, going all the way back to grab that health back and save this Uber charge advantage they have. But they are in control of the point. Like I said, this is their last lifeline of the tournament in order to play for the first place and need to play it flawlessly.
Absolutely, yeah, that was an insane surf there by DVS. I mean, if he'd lost his life, there's a good chance they could have reclaimed this with ease and maybe held down that point. But he is able to get out with by the skin of his teeth there, find a health pack and get back into it. They're holding it down quite well at the moment. I think that was a banner of some sorts that's gone out, doing a lot of work as CJ goes down.
No!
Nice ambassador played there.
There's a
by
drop.
CJ. Oh, what?
Cloudy actually quick scoping DVS. I mean, he noticed him. DVS holding it a little bit too long, and just a huge quick scope by Cloudy takes down the advantage they had. 15 seconds on the clock for the blue team. The red team is slowly getting reinforcements in. I mean, Emilio Estevez is the only person able to get on the point dash as well. May be able to reinforce him, but he's getting chased off by Alfie. Alfie getting pain with his life. Going in is the Demoman Ali all the way back. Oh, but gets shanked by the Uber Saw. That's a little bit of Uber going for the medic, but there's only 4 people up to capitalize on this. Points currently getting capped by SO. DVS actually paying with his life. Only Nightmare alive on the battlefield for Budget Tucans, and well, they have a minute to reclaim this if they want to stay alive.
They've got enough time to make it happen, but it's going to be difficult for them. DVS now only just respawning. Went down to a brilliant body shot there by Cloudy, who's just turned up big time at the moment. And they're going to be pushing up on their left side at the moment here, trying to get some space. They're doing all right here. And now we're just playing it slowly, waiting for the picks there. That's the first one. Cloudy down, Toast down, the lash down. Porky, you absolute madman. Get in there. Now we need some aggression coming in from them. They force off the Uber. Raptor falls, the sentry as well. And it can't be done.
They need to go in. Look at the timers on the respawns. They're very, very long. They're just going in right now. They don't have the Uber, but they don't need it right now. Going in, Seal is trying to keep the dream alive for Strong Opinions, but looks like this point is going to belong to Budget Tucans. They finally got their first point in the set. Wow, I'm honestly impressed by Budget Tucans. They have nothing to lose at this point, and just going in with all they have, all the ferocity they've bundled up the entire time, going in. And now we're going to the 4th map, actually, on Koth Product. Ali is a little bit fumbled there. Looks like Shaggy's going to be a little bit faster than that demo. Putting up some nice sticks, no his damage, waiting for the medic to meet up with him. A lot of damage being taken, but a nice sandwich throw by Credo. Nightmare actually going to be the first one to die from this. Raptor is the creditor of that. Again, damage being exchanged between people. Steve actually went flying there, and the CJ taking a few pills. But DVS, 80 HP is a bit of a tight spot if there is a soldier flying in. Seal just goes in, but DVS once again no health at all, and he survives it somehow, somewhere. There's someone watching over him. Look at this, Steve just going for the medic. Maybe he'll get him, and he does.
Oh, man, I was about to say, DVS has got some insane Guardian Angels today, but alas, no luck there as Steve just comes in and finishes the job off there. Credo managing to take down Estevez in the 1v1 heavy duel. we always love to see. They're always super exciting. And now they are going to... In fact, no one's got the point, though, at the moment. I guess they're just... I don't really know. But a brilliant stab by Nightmare onto CJ. They were not expecting that. There he goes back into the respawn queue. See you later. Alligator Ali taking the bomb in as well. And he gets DVS. He fools himself, but it doesn't matter. The damage has been done. Piney going down as well. Primer too, but they still want this point. Creedy falling. Procky as well, and Nightmare. They surely can't retake this point, and Strong Opinions must finally be able to get some time on here.
Up until the last moment, like, no one was really caring for the point. They were just going for the frags, trying to finish the other team off, and finally Strong Opinions getting capped. But it took about a minute before either of the team actually decided to go, you know what, there is a point in this game. We should probably stop killing each other and fight for the point. But now Raptor fighting off Krima. Krima getting a nice rocket, and he may crater. Yeah, he does, as Raptor is the victor of that duel. Chasing off after Alfie. Alfie's low on health as well. DVS needs to rejoin the rest of his team. They're holding in the cliff area. There's a level 3 sentry by Curefro. He decided, you know what, those mini sentries are not really doing the job. So we're just going in with the big guns. But they're holding. They're quite passive right now. 2.5 minutes left on the clock. Strong Opinions, well, holding the point. They do have that Uber charge almost ready to go, but so does DVS. They're losing quite a few players here. Health is also low on their team. So they just back up. Oh, no, they don't. Piney going in for CJ, getting the force. What an amazing play. Shaggy following up, going in. Emilio Estevez is getting flash blocking, body blocking the entire team. Shaggy's the only person being flashed right now, but they need to get out. The Uber is about to fade away. But Emilio Estevez is getting mowed down by Credit. What an amazing play there. Shaggy's still going in. DVS unfortunately falling down to Steve once again. I do believe it was a nice pipe by Ali. I'm not quite sure, but there's no medic for Budget Tokens again, and there's 1.5 minutes, a little bit over, to go for Strong Opinions to win this.
My God, Ali, what is that man made of? He just got in, he took down DVS, and then he kept on going, took down Porky, and then he took down Piney as well, and he lived to tell the tale. How does he even do it? That man is an absolute legend, and they're going to hold on to this quite confidently for now, as Raptor does fall. However, Shaggy getting decimated there by Cloudy. They're in a very good position. No demo, no push. It's as simple as that. Oh. And Piney as well. Thalash is he's doing so much work for the team at the moment there. You didn't always think a scout is the guy that shines out, but he really is doing wonders. Uber comes out though, onto Thalash, and he wins that duel against Creedu. And Seal managing to get the NG duel onto Kuffel there. Procky is gonna die as well there. They're holding onto this so well at the moment. They are impenetrable. It's such a shame to see, because it seemed like Budget Tucans in the last round really had the momentum to maybe make a comeback.
But now look at this. They're re-pushing here, Budget Tokens. They do have the Uber advantage. No, they don't. Cloudy, 6th kill streak as DVS drops again. And this is just a big problem right now. I mean, Cloudy is just unstoppable, and buying Strong Up is literally another 40 seconds of time and not more. A lot of people dead for the blue team. 4 people up at the moment, 3. They must do something to keep this dream alive. Credo is all the way on the cliff, but getting joined by DVS maybe shortly. 19 seconds to go. Not much they can do at this point. It's just throw themselves at that point. But 100% overcharge coming out from CJ shortly. This surely deems a death of a dream for Budget Tokens. Are going with that Uber charge of DVS. What a serve there, going for the point. What a hero, but ultimately he falls down. 5 people up for the blue team, still falling down, trying to get, but look at this, a lot of people dead for the red team. Not quite in time to get on the point. 3rd goes towards Strong Opinions, which finishes off this set. And that means Strong Opinions and Twisted will be meeting tomorrow in the grand finals of this LAN.
Absolutely, and meanwhile, maybe a down a notch will be Budget Tucans up against Lacrosse for the 3rd place. And, you know, there's still plenty to play for all these teams, unfortunately. Kazoo Kids and the other one, they're not going to be around, unfortunately, so commiserations to them. But meanwhile, there's plenty to play for still, as Budget Tucans and Lacrosse will face each other, followed by a grand finals, which will be, as we say, Twisted up against Strong Opinion. So some really big names here. It's going to be some exciting matches coming up for you tomorrow. But I mean, let's just take a little bit of time maybe to talk about what just happened there. It seemed to me some of the big names, people like Thalash was doing so much work as a scout, Cloudy, just getting the kill after kill after kill onto Shaggy and onto DVS, and those are probably the most important classes. Ali with the bombs as well, like doing just so incredible work.
Impressive plays. And, you know, to be fair, we kind of jumped into the last map because we finished off the previous map a little bit quicker than we expected, and there was another game coming, so we decided to drop into this one. And the first map in this set was won by Strong Opinions 3-0 on Copenhagen, which is another COF map. And product, I mean, budget Tucans, I thought they could make it. That one round that they won was like a breath of fresh air. And showing that the Titan is not actually indestructible. There are some spots that can maybe do it, and I could see in their play style, and their like confidence that the confidence is back. They were able to do some damage to Strong Opinions, and this is very respectable. Strong Opinions just an absolute behemoth to take down, but they were getting some dents in, and that might actually be the way to go coming into tomorrow for Twisted.
Absolutely, yes. Just so well played by Strong Opinions, and you know, like you say, really well done by Budget Tucans to really claw back around. And when they were playing well, they were playing really well. So commiserations to them. We'll see them in the third place match, and we'll be seeing Strong Opinions in the grand finals tomorrow. But I believe that is going to do it for us today at Critscast at these Copenhagen Games 2018. So thank you very much for watching. A big shout out to our sponsors, STN. So thank you for helping us get here. And one last little plug for our Teespring campaign.
Yeah.
If you want to support us, give it away, Jake. You're so good at doing it.
Get the good shirts.
I don't remember the website.
Oh, it's land.teamfortress2.com. It's pretty easy.
Make it sound so easy.
So you just get your nice shirt, commemorate, and help us out. So thank you once again. And we'll see you guys very soon. Don't go anywhere as we're switching over to Essentials.
Bye.
That's not a knife. Now that's a knife. Oh, merde.
STN Trading, for the discerning gentleperson.